Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and give this video a like up. Rhea Ripley has had the worst start to the week, but in the midst of her losing her title, Jey Uso has spoken about his chemistry with the star. The star also talked about their team name. Earlier this week, Rhea Ripley faced Io Sky in a match to defend her Women's World Championship. Unfortunately, she became too occupied with Bianca Belair during the match, which distracted her. She ended up losing the title to Sky and had a complete breakdown, talking about how it had been heartbreak after heartbreak for her. BBGS podcast caught up with Jey Uso recently. The star has been connected to Rhea Ripley, but has not teamed up. However, the star was happy to talk about his chemistry with Ripley and also spoke about their team name, mentioning that he only recently learned how to pronounce it. He also said he would be happy to work across from her, with her, or by her, whatever it meant. He didn't say they would be teaming together in the future, but there seems to be at least one well-wisher Ripley has on WWE Raw, even after her issues with others and Damian Priest leaving to go on SmackDown. Currently, Ripley does not have too many allies on WWE Raw. She's no longer part of the Judgment Day. Her friendships with Bianca Belair and Io Sky have fallen apart recently. She also no longer has Damian Priest's support as the star is on another brand, although they remain friendly despite this. Jey Uso and her forming their team might help both of them, as they are currently facing challenging situations heading toward WrestleMania, with Ripley without her title and Uso facing Gunther. Anirban Banerjee is a journalist from Kolkata, India, and has been a part of building Sportskeeda's WWE section over the past 9 years. He's been an assistant content manager for the team during the past 4 years as well. Banerjee has interviewed John Jones, Conor McGregor, Cowboy Cerrone, George Masvidal, Mandy Rose, Joe Hendry, Darren Till, and many others. Anirban has worked in the field of wrestling and mixed martial arts journalism for several years. In addition to his work on Sportskeeda, Anirban is a fiction writer and has co-written over 20 biographies. He was also a columnist for 90 Minutes. The arena had long emptied out, but the echoes still lingered. Chairs clattered faintly in the distance as the crew began to tear down. The lights above the ring dimmed to their final setting. Low, moody, like the aftermath of a war no one really won. Rhea Ripley sat on the cold steel steps at ringside, elbows on her knees, head down, championship-less. For months, she'd been the most dominant force in the women's division, tearing through anyone foolish enough to step in her path. She was Manny, the Eradicator, unstoppable. But on this night, someone stopped her. Clean. No interference. No distractions. Just defeat. It wasn't just the loss, it was what it meant. The aura cracked. The throne was empty. Her reflection now felt like a stranger wearing her eyeliner. Backstage, away from the cameras, away from the Judgment Day, away from the noise, she sat alone. She didn't look up right away, but the corner of her lip curled. "Jey Uso," she muttered, half amused, half annoyed. "You really never know when to quit, huh?" He chuckled. "Nah, quittin' ain't in me." He stepped beside her, crouching to her level. For a moment, he didn't say anything else. Just sat there in the silence with her. The same kind of silence you only share with someone who gets it. Days later, on an episode of The Bump, Jey Uso was asked about that night. The moment caught on a grainy fan video that quickly went viral. Rhea Ripley, vulnerable and silent, and Jey sitting with her like they'd known each other forever. The host leaned in. "Jey, we gotta ask. You and Rhea Ripley, what's the story there? That night after her loss, fans saw you backstage with her. Something going on between you two? Friendship? Alliance? Maybe more?" Jey laughed, brushing his braids back, eyes sparkling like he was trying to keep a secret he didn't really want to keep. "Man," he said, dragging out the word. "You ever meet someone, and it clicks? No explanation. No warning. Just boom, energy. That's how it is with Rhea. I ain't even gonna lie. I've been in this business a long time, been around all kinds of people. But her? She different. Real different. There's fire in her, but also, Shadows, you feel me? Jey leaned back in his chair, now fully in story mode. That night, she ain't need nobody to come up to her. But I did. Not 'cause I had to. 'Cause I wanted to. 'Cause I know what that feels like. Losing something you put your soul into. Watching the world wonder if you still got it. I've been there. Down bad. Bloodline drama, betrayals, losing yourself. She ain't say much, but I could see it in her eyes. Same storm. Interesting, the host said. So are we talking just emotional support, or something more? People are already fantasy booking Mammy and Main Event as a mixed tag team. Jey grinned. Mammy and Main Event. That's cute. But if we ever did team up, nah, we need something colder. Something with bite. He paused, thinking. Then that mischievous Uso smirk crept in. The host raised a brow. That's actually kind of sick. Jey nodded. Right? She's the shadow. Moves in silence. Takes out anyone in her way. And me? I'd bring the smoke. Loud, chaotic, unpredictable. But together. Balanced. You get hit from angles you didn't even see coming. He looked into the camera, now speaking to the fans, and maybe to Rhea too. Yo Rhea, if you watching this, I know you are. Don't stay in the dark too long. Champions fall, but real ones rise again. And when you ready, let's run it. Let's burn this whole place down and dance in the ashes. Smoke and shadows. Day 1. Backstage in a quiet locker room, Rhea sat on a bench. Earbuds in, towel around her neck. The interview played on her phone. She watched without expression, just those sharp eyes tracking every word, every inflection. When he said the name, Smoke and Shadows, something flickered in her face. Maybe a smile. Maybe not. Hard to tell with her. She stood, grabbed her jacket, and walked out, not with the heavy weight of loss anymore, but with purpose. Because no matter how many times you fall, there's always someone out there who sees the fire still burning. Someone who reminds you who the hell you are. Maybe it's time the world saw what happens when fire meets darkness. 3 weeks later, Monday Night Raw. The lights cut. A low, echoing pulse of bass rumbled through the arena. The crowd stirred. Confused murmurs. No one recognized the entrance. Smoke rolled in across the stage. A silhouette stepped through. Lean, intense, eyes hidden behind dark shades. But before the crowd could react, a second figure walked out beside him. Black boots, leather jacket, half her face in shadows, Rhea Ripley. Together, they stood at the top of the ramp, side by side. This was an alliance forged in fire and failure, a promise born from broken crowns and battle scars. A pairing no one predicted but suddenly felt inevitable. They just walked toward the ring, two warriors who'd found something even rarer than gold. You don't build something like this. It just happens. No script, no planning. Just vibes. She's the shadow, I'm the smoke. And together, we cloud everything.